It looks like we are live. So let me, let me go over here and play this. Got my music up. All of a sudden that's playing now, but I can't hear it. Interesting. That's hilarious. Like the moment I go live, suddenly I cannot hear anything I was just listening to. All right, let's see. All right, let me fix this and come back on. All right, so it actually looks like it did correct to me this time. So we are in here. Welcome to the stream this morning, beautiful people. You're rocking with AgentR this Tuesday, March the 30th. And we're just going to do a quick look at this official release of the information for the next upcoming mini box in Duel Links Sign of Harpies. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's go ahead and get this started. I won't be hopping on camera today. Just chilling. I want to go through this and just think of some ideas as the box was slated, officially announced, probably to be released on the 31st. I mean, yeah, it's in the game. It says the 31st. So tomorrow or when you wake up, whatever it's like, you'll be able to go into this box if you want. So it says, let's go cyber/harpy lady. It's time to dance your way to victory. This is pretty cool. I have honestly not really done anything with harpies since like back in like 07, 08. So wow, this is like a trip down memory lane as far as like the deck itself, but these are a lot of new cards I haven't seen. So right away, let's get at these recommended cards. So the cyber/harpy lady. That's some really cool artwork there. I like the color scheme on this. Let me see here. All right, that looks good. All right, so we're officially in here. I had to make sure everything was all right. That text is tiny when you zoom in like that. It says for this card's synchro summon, you can treat one harpy monster you control as a tuner. Oh, that's cool. It says this card's name becomes Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. Okay. When a spell or trap card or effect is activated, except during the damage step. That's an oof. But quick effect. You can target one monster your opponent controls or one harpy monster you control. Return to the hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. 2600 attack, 14 defense. So that's cool. That's a cool synchro. None of the harpies that I'm aware of are, of course, tuners. So the fact that this card essentially is affecting the field when it isn't even summoned yet, that's pretty legit. What is this? Level 8. That makes sense because you can get out like number ones or whatever else this box has, and then you can go into the slash harpy lady because they can swarm the field pretty quick. Let's see. Okay, they say the same thing here. Yeah, I like that. I like that card a lot, and it's a win, so it gives them extra support, and then it can bounce a monster. So it's trying to force your opponent to like go into whatever plays they're gonna make ahead of time, because the moment, say they have, I don't know, like a dark magician on the field or something like that, and they try to have a setup, by the time this monster comes out, it's gonna bounce something back anyway. So I like that effect. It's kind of got that puzzle effect. Now, how do you, I've heard this pronounced Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. But this word Cossack, it's kind of one. So Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosic. Is probably how that's pronounced. Like I feel like every time I go into a box with Konami, there should be like a pronunciation guide or something. But anyway, Mecha Phantom Beast Draco. Let's see. 2 level 7 monster source, a rank 7 machine. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from this card. Special summon 2 tokens. Okay. Level 3s. While you control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Nice. And once per turn, you contribute one of those tokens. Says Mecha Phantom Beast. So usually you contribute tokens for these effects. Then target one card on the field. Destroy that target. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. So, okay, so it's limited. That's unfortunate. But, so it cannot attack during activate 26, another 2600 attack monster. Rank 7. So you can detach and then get 2 tokens. So you can detach for 4 tokens, typically. And then while it's face up on the field, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then you contribute a Mecha Phantom Beast, not just a token. And then you can target one card in the field. That's actually really cool. Right away, I love like playing with tokens. So like even if you play like Creature Seizure, because I think it's like with a normal monster, right? It's treated as such. Things like that would be really cool. I wonder if, let me see if I can research this on duellinks meta. You know what? About time. I don't know why that's on there. Oh, I see why. Because random ads on the side. Okay. Mecha Phantom. There's like a trap card or something that puts more back on the field, right? Is it this one? Once per turn, you can special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token. During each player's end phase, tribute one of those tokens or a Mecha Phantom Beast monster. Send this card to the graveyard. Yeah, so aerial recharge. That might be worth putting something with this, because you definitely don't. You 2 level 7, so you don't have to use Mecha Phantom Beast. To be honest, I've never even really played with the deck. I don't know how well that actually works. Yeah, I don't know. Just thinking. Yeah, I don't know how. I think about that card. I'm not entirely sure about that card, but all right, moving along. The Mecha Phantom Beast Draco, of course. Like, I think if you're gonna go into this box, I think maybe 2 or 3 copies of this is worth it. The Slash Harpy Lady is definitely worth it because its effect, I mean, it's a synchro monster, so you don't have to do anything. It's just when a spell or trap is activated, it can bounce one monster. And this Mecha Phantom Beast. So right now, like, the URs are winning. These are good URs. Lightning Vortex. This is an OG card. This card was out when I played TCG way back in the day. Discard 1 card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Now, I've heard a lot of chatter so far around this card not being great, or, you know, we already have Special Hurricane, but the problem with Special Hurricane is more often than not, if you actually run the card, you'll need to out the opponent's field, but they will still have normal summoned monsters on the board. And so then Special Hurricane is just dead, whereas Lightning Vortex just gets all face-up monsters. So they can be in defense, they can, you know, be in attack, they can do whatever, but as long as they're face up, I mean, it's better than Special Hurricane. I'm gonna say it. It's better than Special Hurricane because they can just wipe all of them out. The discard, I mean, you can abuse that in a couple of different decks. I think most people just immediately go to Blue Eyes. But of course, I mean, that's a good out, right? Because now you're not necessarily having to worry about using your Twin Burst to try to out the board. But there's still so many decks that are getting play right now that can they kind of just counter it, like Evil Eye. But I don't think Lightning Vortex is a bad card, but it will get some play, of course, if for nothing else than being just newly added. But I think it'll have its place in the meta moving forward. All right, FA Auto Navigator, which I did find out was Formula Athlete. So it's like the UA Ultra Athlete. So I thought that was pretty cool. Auto Navigator. This is what is this, a lolly? So a little kid? What is this? I've never zoomed in on these cards, so. That's some crazy artwork. Anyway, it says, see, a Machine Tuner. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one FA monster you control whose current level is higher than its original level. It's interesting. Special summon this card, and if you do, reduce that target's level by the difference between its current and original level. Huh. And if you do that card's amount reduced. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one FA field spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of FA Auto Navigator once per turn. This is probably the weirdest tuner that I have seen thus far. So if it's in your hand or graveyard, you can target an FA monster whose current level is higher than its original. Special discard. Reduce that target's level by the difference between its current and original level. And if you do, this card's level becomes equal to that amount reduced. So if, I guess, the FA is like originally a 3 and now it's a 7, you reduce it back to 3, and this card comes out at 4. Is that how that works? And then once it hits the board, auto navigator, then you can add a field spell from the deck to the hand. Wow, so right off the bat, this card is a tuner for its archetype. Even though it's an SR, Konami loves doing this. This SR will probably, I'd be surprised if, I don't want to say that. I think they did Arvada like this, right? Like Arvada was really crucial, a crucial card. I mean, you can use it outside of Fire King, but they only put 1 in the mini box. I'd be surprised if this is at 2. It seems really necessary for FA. If it is at 1, then FA is going to be expensive, even for a mini box. Wow, that's crazy. But let's see here. Actually, let's enlarge this. Let's go to F11. Cool. That way we just have focus on that. Makes it seem like it'd be expensive. So a key tuner monster for FA decks. You can target and special summon this card. In addition, you can add a field spell. So use this effect to add the key field spell card. FA Off-Road Grand Prix. Okay, we'll get to that. I'll park that. All right, so here's some notables. Blade Armor Ninja. So another UR. It's the 3rd UR. 2 level 4 warrior type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Then target 1 ninja monster you control. It can make a 2nd attack during each battle phase. Each battle phase this turn. Isn't there only 1 battle phase? What? Anyway, this card is interesting for the fact that if you haven't gotten your hands on Gagaga Samurai, it's probably easier at this point to get Blade Armor Ninja. Because Gagaga Samurai is at 19, and I think you can boost it up with the effects. But since the engine for the Gagaga Automata play setup uses warriors anyway, you can detach the Xyz material, then target itself because it's a ninja monster, and then you get the same double attack effect as the Gagaga Samurai. So that's probably what I would do using that. Because going back in that box, I think that box is I think it's in a main box, the Gagaga Samurai. So you'd just be better off spending your gems to go into Blade Armor Ninja, honestly, and then just working with a deck built around that. Not a bad card. Everything's a win right now. Interesting. Like everything. Are all the cards in this box gonna be wind? Oh, first Harpy Channeler. All right, new card. Never seen it. It looks like a spellcaster. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. All right, Harpy Channeler. You can discard 1 Harpy card. Wow. So it can be a spell, trap, whatever. Special summon 1 Harpy monster from your deck and face up defense position except Harpy Channeler. Harpy monster. Dang, like pet dragon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sheesh. You can only use this effect of Harpy Channeler once per turn. While you control a dragon type monster, this card's level becomes 7. Yo, it is Harpy Pet Dragon. This card's name becomes Harpy Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. So there you go. There's your Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosic. That's nuts. So that's a 1 card Xyz. Sheesh. Yo, that's another good SR. All right, so auto navigator up there might be at 2, because this might be at 2. If they're at 1, I'm just gonna tear up. if they're at 1, that's an excuse for tears, man. Oh my god. You can use it once per turn. A 1 card Xyz. Or a 1 card synchro. Channeler is... That is a nice card. That is a really nice card. Wow. 1 harpy monster. So any harpy. Sheesh. All right, cool. Well, we'll see what else the box has. Digusto Emerald. Ooh, a rock. Nice. Rank 4 rock. Once per turn, 2 level 4 monsters, you can detach an Xyz material, then activate one of these effects. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw a card. And then target 1 non-effect monster. Why can't you just say normal? Target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard. Oh, okay. I see. I get it. Because it could be an Xyz monster that is the vanilla, it has no effects. Gotcha. Target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. I can't think off the top of my head any use for the second effect, but the first effect, to be able to recycle, that's nice. Because what you can do, automatically, because it's a rock, like I don't care about the win portion of it, but because it's a rock, if I want to spam this in a rock deck, right, what you do is summon this to the field using Tackle Crusader. Take your Tackle Crusader and then ditch it for the Xyz material cost, right? And say if you already have been milling, you can then use its effect to put the Tackle Crusader as one of the cards back into the deck and then draw. But the Tackle Crusader's effect is going to proc as well, and then you can either bounce a field, a spell card or whatever back to the hand, or you can flip one of the monsters face down. So, like, to me, I automatically just started thinking of Tackle Crusader. I'm sure there are plenty of other effects, but Tackle Crusader jumped out. And I've got to say, Digusto Emerald is looking like an elemental hero. Elemental hero, Digusto Emerald for the win. All right, Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. Tribute 1 wind monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls and then place that card on the bottom of the deck. That's a nice bounce. Like, I thought automatically about, I don't know, like, I guess you would put this, like, you're trying to like slow people's decks down, right? So you're thinking about like stuff like Thunder Dragon or whatever. Instead of sending the card to the graveyard, just stick it back in the deck at the bottom and then make them work for the card. I can see that card getting some use. There's a lot of wind support, which is long overdue IMO. All right, so they have some example combos for us. First, yeah, of course. First, normal summon the Channeler, then use its effect by discarding a Harpy card. So you can special summon Harpy's Pet Dragon, and it's a level 7. And you have that dragon, so then Channeler will become a 7, and then you can Xyz summon into the Mecha Fan Beast Draco. Cool. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna be an awesome. That's gonna be an awesome setup. And I think Harpy's Pet Dragon, you can just get from the tickets, one of your tickets in game that you just collect along the way for playing on ladder. So that won't be hard. All right, so here's a combo. 2 cards we haven't seen yet. So we did hear about the off-road card. Look at that wall of text. That looks like Kaiba's blimp. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. Is that the track? Look at this track. Over buildings and whatnot. That's crazy. All right. I get caught up over art. I love that part of the game. All right, so it says increase the levels of all Formula Athlete monsters on the field by 2 during the main phase only. Huh. You can only use each of the following effects of FA Off-Road Grand Prix once per turn. When a FA monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. What the? So this card. Wow. So if your monster gets popped, you can discard. Okay. If this face-up card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 FA card from your deck to your hand, except Off-Road Grand Prix. That's kind of... So you're either going to go, you're +1 for yourself and -1 for your opponent. That's kind of busted. Because like, here's this card just for playing the game. Here's -1 for you. And then for playing the game, here's +1 for me. Sheesh. Destroy a battle if this face-up card is destroyed by a card effect. It's like, this card kind of makes me cringe at like some of the moves though, because we've seen a decrease sort of in the amount of banish cards being used right now. Like Cosmic Cyclone has gone down a bit in its use in the game, and then we come out with a field spell that has an effect that will give it a plus if it's destroyed. So it's like, will it come back kind of thing? Probably not, because Cosmic Cyclone was primarily used for getting skills to activate quickly, but it's a thought. So you can use, and so you can grab this with the navigator. Okay. And then hang on mock. This whole FA thing, is this a nod to oh man, what's the name of that game? Now I feel bad. Because there's a racing game, yeah, on in Nintendo that this reminds me of so much, and I can't remember the name right now. With like, what was it, Blue Falcon and all that? And they made they made one of the tracks in Mario Kart 8 for it. Oh my god. Anyway, I have to focus on the cars, but that's what it reminds me of. If you know what I'm talking about, leave that in the chat. I'm having a forehead moment. But here's another machine, wind. A wind machine, cool. So it gains attack equal to its level times 300. Unaffected by activated effects from an opponent's monster whose original level or rank is lower than this card's level. See, that's the kind of language that needs to be on stuff like Extra Gate. Konami, Extra Gate needs to be eroded to include ranks. It only has levels. So this card says, unaffected by activated effects from an opponent's monster whose original level rank is lower than this card's level, I guess at the time of whatever it is. Each time a FA spell or trap card or effect, I guess spell, trap, or effect activated. Okay, so even the effect will do it. You can increase this card's level by 1. If this card is level 7 or higher, any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished. So it automatically, let's see here. The field spell said it increased by 2. And then if this card is already on the field and say that's activated, it'll push it up by 3. So that'll put it at 7, right? And then everything just gets banished. And then if it's lower than 7, let's see, rank is lower. Yeah, so if it's lower than 7, then it can't even be affected by those effects, card effects. That's wrong. It's okay. So it says first normal summon, hang on mock, and then activate off-road Grand Prix from your hand, and then use the effect of hang on mock in order to increase its level by 1. Okay. Then special summon navigator from your hand by using its effect with hang on mock on your field as a target. What's it again? Oh, that's right. You can target it. Whose level is higher? Cool. Next, use the effect of FA Auto Navigator. That can be used when it is special summoned, so that you can add a second copy of Off-Road Grand Prix to your hand. Finally, use the effect of the second Off-Road Grand Prix, and if you do not activate Hang on Mock's effect, you can synchro summon FA Motorhome Transport. I guess it's a level 8. Oh, that's right, because you don't have to activate the effect. It says you can. Okay. Well, all right, we'll look into this motorhome transport. All right, so now we're in the list of cards included. Let's look at this. Oh, it's a rare. Okay. So it's 9. Okay. Make sure I understood that correctly. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Because you're still being affected by the off-road Grand Prix. I was trying to figure out how you got to 9. I understand now. Makes sense. All right. So this card, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. Gotcha. Oh, it's generic? What the? Okay. Oh, you would use it with FA anyway. Gains attack equal to its level times 300. Gotcha. Each time a FA spell or trap or effect is activated, you can increase this card's level by 1. Gotcha. This card gains the following effects based on its current level. If it's 11 or higher, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Okay. Level 13 or higher, once per turn, you can target 1 FA monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That's nuts. That's actually a really good card. So another card that can't be destroyed by a battle or card effect. The FA spell trap will boost it up so that it at the least can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. But then every time you activate one of the cards, then it gains a level. So it getting to 13 actually is not that big of a deal. Not at all. Huh. That's pretty wild. And it's still a machine, light. And if it gets at least at 13, it's a 3900 attack monster. That's crazy with 3000 defense. And it's just a rare card. Huh. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that card. All right, so he went to you guys. Let's see. They left out number 12, Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. I remember this from the anime. Let's see. Number 12. 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn. So it's got a quick effect. This is the thing that's so interesting about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, that is a quick effect, right? Because you can do it during either player's turn, but then they don't put it there. Whatever. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, and this turn, face-up ninja monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. 24 Earth, 2 level 5s. I guess I'm thinking, I'm just like the silences, I'm just thinking like rank 5s already don't get a lot of use. Where would I stick this? I think immediately comes to mind. I mean, you can do rank 5s. Can't you rank 5 in Thunder Dragon if you use Thunder Dragon? I mean, so I guess you could use it there. But Thunder Dragon is more of an offensive deck, so you really wouldn't care about not being destroyed by battle or card effect. I have to think on that one. It could probably have a pretty cool use. 2400 is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think about number 12. So there's Channeler. Man, all the Harpy cards are SRs. That is not okay. Harpist. Okay, I see it. You can play the harp with those claws? Alright, respect. Let's see here. This card's name becomes Harpy Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Okay. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. Gotcha. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one winged beast type monster you control, other than this card, and one face up monster your opponent controls and return them to the hand. Okay. So here's another card that lets you bounce. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add one level 4 winged beast type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. So that's how you can also get the Channeler, because I think it was 1400, correct? Yeah. All right, cool. So it'll search it out. It should search all of them, even the Harpy Lady 1 or Harpy Lady number 1. It can search that one too. Because most of I'm used to them being 1400 attack. Harpy Perfumer, everybody's win level 4 wing beast. So this card's name becomes Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. So they're all sharing that effect. You know, do they always do that? If this card is normal or special summoned, okay, you can add one spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Harpy Lady Sisters in its text. If you controlled a level 5 or higher Harpy monster when you activated this effect, you can also add a second such card with a different name from the first. You can only use this effect of Harpy Perfumer once per turn. Harpy Lady Sisters. right, so we haven't gotten to that. So that's a card. All right, Harpies Hunting Ground. So it's a searcher for that. Okay. The actual card themselves. Now you need Elegant Egotist to summon it, but you can search for it. Okay, so you can search Phoenix Formation. If you control 3 or more Harpy Lady and or Harpy Lady sisters, target as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, but not more than the total number of Harpy and Harpy Lady sisters you control. Destroy those targets. If you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack among those destroyed monsters. You cannot special summon monsters from the main deck or extra deck, nor conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Well, that kind of negates the whole point of searching that out. Cyber Shield. All right, so more importantly, it lets you search Elegant Egotist. Okay. Harpy's Feather Rest. Target 3 Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady sisters in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck and draw a card. If you control a level 5 or higher, you can draw 2 cards instead. They keep do they keep doing this because of sisters? It's a level 6. I mean, the extra stuff, they want you to have the Harpy Lady sisters on the field to get the extra effects. But who wants to summon the sisters? Triangle Ecstasy Spark. The attack of all Harpy Lady sisters becomes 2700 until the end of the turn. Your opponent cannot activate any traps. Also negate all of your opponent's trap effects on the field. That's pretty cool. I forgot about that card. And okay, those are unavailable. All right, so I mean, that's kind of not going to be a thing, but this recycle would be, this Elegant Egotist would be, and maybe even the Hunting Ground. Interesting. All right. All right, we went over these. I remember this guy. So back to the Perfumer. You can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists our Harpy Lady sisters in its text. Okay. Maybe for the Hunting Ground, because honestly, even these Harpies don't get their effects until they're on the field or in the graveyard. So unless you're playing like number 1 that would boost the field, Elegant Egotist is really not going to help you. But if you played with a different skill other than getting out the Harpy Hunting Ground through like then you would probably just add that field spell and then search it out. And that way you can take advantage of say like the tie that binds or something like that. But we'll see. There's some other stuff I haven't read yet, of course. Let's look at this Fog King. I could have swore I saw this. Wasn't this Amon's card when he was facing off against Yubel? Fog King. That is the coolest looking spellcaster of all spellcasters. A water spellcaster. Okay. You contribute 1 monster or no monsters to normal summon this card, but not set it. So it's 0 attack and 0 defense. All right. The attack of this card becomes the combined original attack of the tributed monsters. So if for whatever reason you offed 2 Dark Magicians, for example, the attack of this card would be 5,000. neither player can tribute cards when this card's on the field. Now you would think, oh, you know, tributing in 2021 or whatever, but there are a lot of cards in the game still, not for tribute summoning, because that's what you're thinking about, but for effects that say tribute this card to do X, Y, and Z. That's pretty legit. Now, I mean, there are other cards that get around that still. So I'm not sure how much play Fog King would get, especially because in reality, I don't think you would wipe out your monsters just to get this attack to be high. I think you would just want to get it out on board if you knew what kind of deck you were playing against. Like, for instance, if you were playing against Heretics, this deck, you wouldn't even worry about the attack. You would just like summon it and then, I don't know, run Hallowed Life Barrier with it and then keep it on the board. It's a funny card. No, did they really put this? I remember this card in the anime. It's pretty broken, actually. I doubt it would be that broken in the actual game. Number 7, Lucky Straight. Look at this Jester. 3 level 7 monsters. What a hefty price. That is not at all easy to do. 3 level 7s. I mean, just from what we've seen in the box, I guess if you had 2 channelers and a Harpy Pet Dragon, or 1 channeler and 2 Harpy Pet Dragon, I mean, there you go. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, roll a 6-sided die twice, and this card's attack becomes the larger number rolled times 700 until your opponent's next end phase. Its attack becomes the larger number rolled. I guess they're saying between the 2 rolls. Okay. Then, if the total roll was exactly 7, apply one of these effects. Send all other cards on the field to the graveyard. Okay. Special summon 1 monster from your hand or from either graveyard. That's busted. Draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards. And so then you gave me a oh man, what was the name of that card? Graceful Charity. But 3 level 7s for this one random sheesh, man. It'd be easier to use the other plant out of the Xyz monster out of the last box and just bounce everything. I guess you could use that wild, that nonsensical effect of Paradox, where you can summon the 3 Gate Guardians, and then you're left with like 500 life points or something like that, with 200, and then you have 1 card in your hand, but you have those 3 monsters on the board, and then you would just Xyz summon number 7 Lucky Straight. Why should that be a meme? Why should that be a video? I might have to try that, to be honest with you. That'd be funny to pull off. Then that skill would finally get some play. BES Covered Core. Oh, they're taking it back to the BES cards or reprints and editions. These were actually pretty fun to use, like way back when. There have been a lot of power creep, but it'd be pretty fun to see, maybe to build one of these kinds of decks or to see it used, because I know Duke Devlin just came out with some stuff with like Gradius and like machines and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to look into it and see if that'd be fun to do something with. But anyway, Covered Cores effect is when this card is normal summon, put 2 counters on it. Normal summons 2021. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, but then you put Lightning Vortex in the box. Hey yo, nah. If this card attacks or is attacked at the end of the damage step, toss a coin and call it. Is this can this be a card for Desperado? If you call it wrong, remove 1 counter. If this card battles without a counter, destroy it at the end of the damage step. So it gets 2 counters. And when you battle, you flip a coin, and if you get it wrong, that's when it loses the counter. Okay. That's wild. Brain Golem. That looks terrible. It's a fiend. Okay. Level 6 effects. Face up light monsters are negated. If this card destroys a light monster by battle, it can attack once again in a row. No. I mean, I guess because it's in the mini box. I mean, you're just gonna have it, but I guess you're not gonna want to attack twice in a row. The fact that you have the one that's already in the game, that's a 1700 attack, I think you just be better off, and it's a level 4. You just be better off using that one, even if you have to dig for it. The Ally of Justice Quarantine, yeah. Like this may be tempting because it can attack once again in a row. Just ignore that. Go get Quarantine. Dice Lops. Wow. Okay, I get it now. I was like, what is happening? All right. I like the light and the smoke coming off of here though. That's really cool. So once per turn, that's a level 4. You can roll a 6-sided die, then apply the result. You can look at your opponent's hand, also discard 1 card from their hand. What? If you roll a 1, if you roll a 2, 3, 4, or a 5, you discard 1 card. Oh man. Okay. And then if you roll a 6, discard your entire hand. Is this oh man, Infernity? This is Infernity support. Dice Slops. Oh my god. What a wild card. You want a 1. Okay, here's the one that we didn't see. So, what is that? The Channeler and the Pet Dragon? Yeah, that's Chandler's outfit. Okay. Always trying to match the lore of the card here. All right. When this card is activated, oh, it's a continuous. Add 1 Elegant Egotist from your deck or graveyard to your hand. During the end phase of the turn, this card was sent from the field or hand to the graveyard. Add up to 3 Harpy cards with different names from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one hysteric sign effect per turn, and only once that turn. Wow. It's continuous just so you can pop it. It has no other purpose, right? So when it's activated, add an elegant egotist from the deck or graveyard. That's its benefit, because you can pull it back from the graveyard if you used it. During the end phase of the turn that this is sent to the graveyard from the field or the hand. So you do not have to destroy this on the field. You only activate it if you want to grab an elegant egotist. But you can send this from the hand and then add up to 3, so you don't even have to do it, just up to 3. So 1, 2, or 3 Harpy cards with different names from the deck to the hand. You can only activate one hysteric sign effect per turn and only once that turn. So it depends on what you want to do. That's a nice card. If you had my skill and you activated it and then pop. Oh, see, because then you'd have to pop it, so then you only activate one effect per turn. I see. So you have to do either or. So if you put it out there and you got the elegant egotist as a turn 1 move, it doesn't end up being that great, right? But if you, it says win. Otherwise, you just pop it and then you get 3 cards. Or you can ditch it and get 3 cards. There's ways to get this off the field too. I mean, like, even if you use like the random emergency provisions, you would gain 1,000, right? Life, and then you would get 3 Harpy cards. But it's during the end phase that you get these cards, so that's its drawback. But it is a nice combo effect. Because doesn't Perfumer get this? You can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to specifically list Harpy Lady Sisters. But I don't think that does that. Yeah. So it's not that. Okay. And Harpist grabs return. You can do a bounce, add 1 beast. Okay. And then that one goes and gets Channeler. I got you. All right. A quick play spell. Hit stop. Target 1 FA monster you control. Reduce its level by 2, so that puts it like back to normal if you had to field spell. And if you do, draw cards equal to the number of pit stop in your graveyard +1. There's that +1 effect. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it from your graveyard and then target 1 FA monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Dang, so did the other one summon itself from the graveyard? Where'd that dude go? Sheesh. That's crazy. You can only use each effect once per turn. You can banish this card and then target my fate monster and special summon it. You can just target 1 monster in your graveyard. So say if this guy, you summoned it and got bodied, this being in the graveyard will allow you to summon it back to the field. Sheesh. FA is looking like a hitter. Oh, we did that cover core. I went to go boss rush. You cannot normal summon or set. During the end phase of the turn that a BES monster or a big core is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 BES monster or 1 big core from your deck. Oh, okay, I remember this card. It's a replacement. You can't normal summon or set, so you're stuck with that monster. But during the end phase that one of those monsters was straight up mollywopped off the field, then you can summon one from the deck. Okay. Harpy Lady Elegance. There's 1, 2, and 3. They're like, just in case you forgot. Shuffle 1 Harpy Lady Sisters from your monster zone into the deck. Then you can special summon 3 Harpy monsters with different original names, 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard. 1 each. For the rest of this turn, I'm just like mulling over that for 1 each. Not sure how much play that would get. Just off the top of my head. I mean, you can go through these cards, so maybe it's not too far off. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except wind monsters. Not hard. If this card you control is destroyed by a Harpy card's effect or your opponent's card effect, add 1 Harpy monster from your deck to your hand. Gotcha. FA Overheat. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon 1 FA from your hand, and if you do, it increases level by 3 until the end of this turn. If this card is in the graveyard and you control no cards in your field zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard and activate 1 FA field spell directly from your hand or graveyard. That's a nice card. That'll get some play. Yeah, that'll get some play. Even at a 1-of, it's not bad at all. Armor Ninjutsu, Art of Rust Mist. Continuous Trap, alright? When a monster or monsters is or are special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, if you control a face-up ninja monster, cut the attack of that special summoned monster in half. Wow. Does not say that that effect necessarily would go away either. So as long as you have a ninja, special summon ones get cut down to size. So Blue Eyes becomes 1500. Sheesh. And ninja can handle that, no problem. When a 1500 attack monster, if you control a face-up ninja, that's crazy. I love that card art. Blind. I remember this card. It was so bad. There was this like one point where they kind of like cheesed it in the TCG though, but outside of that, I mean, now of course doesn't get much play at all. But once per turn during your standby phase, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 1 through 5, destroy all monsters on the field with the same level as the number rolled, and if it is a 6, destroy all level 6 and higher. So you would definitely be just trying to go for the 6. I can definitely see some. I mean, it's the ladder. You see everything played on the ladder. But this card, I think, as it is right now, it's interesting that it's a rare. I don't see its competitiveness in the game. In Duel Links. It gains attack, FA Sonic Meister. Gains attack equal to its level times 300. Okay. Cannot be destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster whose original level or rank is lower than this card's. Each time a FA spell or trap card or effect is activated, increase it by 1. Okay, so they all share that. Looks like that effect. If this card is level 7 or higher, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Wow, how limiting on during each battle phase. Okay. That's why they put you down here in normal. Wow, there are a ton of normals, aren't there? Sheesh. They kind of broke the stuff up too. Whip Crosser. The extra thing here says your opponent must pay 300 life points to activate the effect of a monster whose original level or rank is lower. Each time it's a cost, it's not even damage. What a that is degenerate right there. They have to pay a cost. Anyway, each time a FA spell or trap card or effect is activated, increase it by 1. And if this one is at level 7 or higher, your opponent cannot discard or send cards from their hand to the graveyard to activate a card effect. Bye bye Blue Eyes. Bye bye Light Sworn Engines. What the? Bye bye Alistair Boost. What in the world? Oh, you know what would be great in FA? Probably. Oh man, I forget these. Like, there are always these old cards that I used to play. But if you reroute the attack, I think it's like a continuous trap card that will let you, when your opponent declares an attack, you can Staunch Defender. Can't remember if that's continuous or not, but Staunch Defender, right? The opponent tries to swing in on Whip Crosser, and you're like, wrong, and then move it to another card so that that effect stays active. FA is looking nice. The heads up is, if you are a player who loves control style dueling, if you love controlling the board, I think FA is going to be right up your alley. But I think it's a more fun way to play the game than Weather. Probably worse, to be honest. I'm saying this now, but it's probably worse than the Weather Painter and Era Mage, because it doesn't, I guess, lower your opponent's ceiling as much as create a puzzle for them to try to get around. To me, that sounds more fun. But then again, I could be wrong. It could just be completely locking them down, and everyone will hate it for being in Duel Links. Who knows? But turbocharger. Okay, so we finally have one that's level 6. Okay. All right, so it gains attack equal to its level times 300 like the rest. Your opponent's monster whose original level or rank is lower cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Gotcha. Your opponent cannot target monsters except this one with the effects of monsters whose original level or rank is lower. So this one locks your opponent from being able to target anything else. Each time you activate a FA spell or trap, you can increase the level by 1. If your FA monster battles while you control this level 7 or higher card, your opponent's monster cannot activate their effects till the end of the damage step. Yeah. We were looking for hidden gems. They have Harpies on the front. I actually think that FA can get a lot of mileage. I think they can get a lot of mileage in Duel Links. Cuban. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die. And while this monster is face up on the field, neither player can normal or special summon monsters with the same level as the result. So if you roll a 6, there's Thunder Dragon. At least for a little bit. It might slow them down. I mean, their effects activate when they discard themselves back and forth to the graveyard. But the point is, this can be a great lock card because you only roll one 6-sided die. So you're only messing with 6 and lower. Just imagine how busted that would be if you could roll twice. Astraghouls. What is this? Alright, a zombie. An earth zombie, no less. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in defense, but its effects are negated. I guess look for a tuner. It's level 5. Also, banish it during the end phase. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die, and the face-up monsters you currently control become the level equal to the result until the end of this turn. Yeah, you would definitely want to use a tuner because then you can roll the die and it equals out and all that kind of stuff. So interesting. That's pretty cool. Um, Here, let me grab something here for a second. All right, where is? All right, there we go. If I go back to this dude, let me just think over. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die. Because you have to roll a die, I would never want to use that card. It is appropriately a normal. Sorry, dude. I had to think through that one. I was like, why would I want to use that card? I wouldn't. Armonite. Look at this guy. Look at that stash. That's respectable right there. Aqua Normal. An Ammonite warrior that has protected the seas throughout history. You mean the Ammonites from biblical scripture? No. An Ammonite warrior that has protected the seas throughout history. Okay. Aqua Normal. There you go. All right, who else is in here? Oh, Ryudan. Normal dragon. A vicious little dragon sheltered in an egg that looks deceptively harmless. This is not Togepi. Togatilt. That is awesome. That is what I am calling this. This is its name now. Togatilt. Oh man. Anyway, Molten Behemoth. But it's an OG card too. Pyro Normal. A giant born from magma. It attacks with a magma punch. Is that a bracelet? I love how look at this little section up here in the corner, like where the sky is. It literally looks like a painting or like a grained photo, and then this guy shows up. These normals, man. FA Circuit Grand Prix. Oh, another field spell. Increase all the levels by 2. During the battle phase only. Okay. Once per turn, when your FA monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can draw a card. If this face-up card in the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 FA card from your deck to your hand, except Circuit Grand Prix. So this one's in the battle phase, and off-road increases during the main phase. Oh, I see. So depending on what effects you want to make. Downforce. Target 1 FA monster, increase its level by 2 until the end of the turn. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish it from there, then target an FA monster you control and increase its level by 2. Okay. So increases by 2. Only does it with 1. I don't know enough of the deck to see if you would want to use this in a 20 card build, but the fact that it only affects 1 card might be really, really useful. and some of the way you want to do combos. If I remember this card, Fire Darts. You can only activate this card when you have no cards in your hand. Roll a 6-sided die 3 times and inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the total result times 50. Come on, Konami. Come on. Should I just leave it at 100? You roll a 6-sided die 3 times. At worst, it's 1800. Like, how many times are they gonna? I mean, if maybe they're just afraid here that they're like, you know what? Not 18, 9. It's just 900 because you get 3. No, it is 1800 because 6 and 3. Yeah, maybe they're just afraid if you, I don't know, got so lucky as you take out 1800 and you activate it again, then you take out another 1800 and you activate it again. Because they changed it. They said they would change the damage, so I get it. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen this card errated to where instead of rolling it 3 times to do times 50 points of damage, I would have liked to see times 100, but only roll it twice for Duel Links. But I get it. They are making sweeping change versus taking time to hone in on specific cards like that. But just like a video I made, like I love the idea of hitting a card up for an errata and then changing it to match like the format, like in Duel Links. So knocking this down to rolling it twice and then leaving it at 100 would have been really cool. Level Conversion Lab, another old card. Select one monster in your hand and show it to your opponent, and then roll a die, 6-sided die. If the result is 1, send the selected monster to the graveyard. If the result is 2 through 6, the level of the selected monster becomes equal to the result until the end of this turn. Another chance card. And the Gigo card. And I think this is Kozaki. And he's about to get the cybernetic upgrade here. I think that's Gaga. Diversity. What are you shooting craps? Oh, why are you sleeping back here? What is this art? Once per turn, you can target one monster on the field whose current level is different from its original level. Roll a 6-sided die, and that monster's level becomes the same as the result. Yeah. This card's name is always treated as Harpy Lady. All right, so level 4, 1800. Gotcha. Strike Ninja. During either player's turn, you can banish 2 dark monsters from your graveyard. Banish this face-up card until the end phase. You can only use this effect of Strike Ninja once per turn. So it's like the Black Dragon card. But, of course, that card has a better effect. But, I mean, it is a level 4 dark warrior. I think there's a skill for it with Duke Devlin. So, I mean, I think with the skill, you can summon Strike Ninja from outside of your deck. Banish 2 dark monsters. Quick effect. Huh. I've always loved the art. I can't think of what I would use it in my own card pool, but there are plenty of you out there that already know what to do with it. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Ducker. Mobile Cannon. Light Machine. Has a flip effect. You can target one level 4 monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. Okay. Hysteric Party. Activate this card by discarding 1 card. Oh, there you go. Special summon as many copies of Harpy Lady as possible from your graveyard. Because now they all get effects while they're in the graveyard. They're treated as Harpy Lady. When this face-up card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. That is the downside to Hysteric Party. But if you know that you can go in, like if you have an OTK opportunity, a nice card. Flame Armor Ninja. When this card is summoned, you can target one ninja monster you control and increase its level by 1. Okay. So that's how you're pushing 5. So I guess if you have 2 of those. I was trying to figure out how you get to 5 and if you're gonna use the Ninja Xyz in the ninja deck, like how would you get to 5? But Gradius's option. But there are ways. It's just, you know, do you want to waste a card slot? All right. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This monster can only be special summoned by selecting one face-up Gradius on your side of the field. The attack and defense of this card becomes the same as the attack and defense of the selected Gradius. And if the selected Gradius is removed from the field, then you destroy this card. Gotcha. So it's like a token, but a monster card, essentially. Balakan Beta? Is that what it stands for? Let's see. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate one of these effects. Well, I mean, we do have the Gradius support, I think, where like where it'll boost this monster up, so it might not be that bad. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, activate 1. Send 1 light machine monster with 1200 or less attack from your deck to the graveyard, or target 1 light machine type monster with 1200 or less attack in your graveyard and then special summon that target. So you can ditch it to then summon it. But it's off of, again, a battle effect, which is why it's down here as a normal. It's not the greatest effect, but, you know, it is what it is. Lord British Space Fighter. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get one of these effects. It can attack once again in a row. You can select and destroy. It should say target. This is what I meant. All of this needs to be put to the same language. Select, target, and destroy 1 set card on the field, or special summon 1 multi token with 12 at level 4. And there's the Gradius. A high performance jet fighter with power capsules for variable attack capabilities. So they're letting you know right now, you about to get cheesed playing this thing. Cyclone Laser. You can only equip this to a Gradius, and it goes up by 300 attack points. When the equipped Gradius attacks with an attack that is higher than the defense of a defense position monster, piercing damage occurs. Okay. Piercing damage. Dice need? Yo, he got caught. Yeah. Each time your opponent special summons a monster, roll a 6-sided die and return all of those summoned monsters to the hand with the current level of the same result. What was he just at? He was over here shooting craps and he came over here and broke it up. Or was it the other way around? This was happening and then he's like, I'm gonna do what I want. It looks like he's I love that. I'm gonna go with this one then to the second one, but it looks like it can go either way. So that is the box. The hidden gems. When I heard about this coming before it was made official. I was really excited for the Harpies, but after actually reading this box, I'm excited for the Mecha Phantom Beast. I think Draco is awesome. I think Draco will get a lot of play in Duel Links. I think you come into the box knowing that you want to get multiple copies of those. I think Daigusto Emerald is a great addition to an extra deck. I think Channeler into the Pet Dragon for the Mech Phantom Beast is a great combo. But I tell you, the real gem of this deck, if you're a control, I know all of you out there don't love control decks. Some of you even hate control decks. But if you're into control decks, or if you're thinking about giving it a chance, I actually think the unique gameplay of the FA cards is where it's at with this box. I'm actually really surprised by these. I stopped playing when this thing came out in TCG, but for what they have given, and of course the generic synchros that you can go into, and XCs and all those kind of things, like the uniqueness of the deck can definitely exploit the extra deck in a way that I think decks up to this point haven't been able to do yet, because of all of the level manipulation based off of their spell and traps. So I actually look forward to it. I'm excited about this box. Here are all the ones up to this point, and they're about to add this new one. We have a lot of boxes in Duel Links now. Who knows, they may even get a new structure deck soon. I know some people have been wanting it, but Sign of Harpies is officially here as of the 31st, and that is the box. So I look forward to it. I think I'll go into it. I want to go into the box knowing that I want to play with the Formula Athlete cards, and going or attempting to acquire the Draco Sax or Dracosics, however you want to go that way. But that's it for the stream today. I just wanted to look over this and just have a conversation with you guys about it. Let me know in the comments, are you going into this box? What are your expectations of it? And soon I'll be back with some gameplay and some testing of the box. So I hope you've had a wonderful time. I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy, stay refreshed, and until next time, this is Agent R. I will catch you lovely people next time.